about your
Right.
business, all that kind of stuff. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that actually we have an issue with one of our other clients where they are um they are bringing their just only their friends on.
Hmm.
And it's kind of been a challenge because when you're only bringing your friends on, then we actually don't feel that that's a solid lead flow funnel for you because it's
Sure.
literally your friend.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
as a
exactly.
result, like the goal is to build business conversations that can lead to cash flow.
For sure.
Um, and that actually reminds me what I wanted to share as well was what I'm doing is the team internally. We broke the systems, of course, like you would imagine, because
Hmm.
I doubled revenue. I single-handedly doubled revenue in 5 weeks. Like that's a statement for like a
That should
line
go on your
item.
LinkedIn.
Yeah. Um, if I put all the partnerships I'm in with right now, there I would be getting like I don't want to say hate mail, but I would be getting like a lot of people just being like, "Sorry, I don't know if I can still do business with you." Because
Nice.
of relationships. So I'm like, "All right, well, if I'm gonna go live on YouTube, I'm gonna do it now." So we're officially live on my YouTube.
Hello,
I
YouTube.
published a random video recently and it was supposed to be on private unlisted, but it went public. And like there were 50 views on that video. And I'm like, I know that YouTube's not lying. That's 50 individual people who have seen
Yeah,
my content. And I'm
that's
like, all
cool.
right, hello. I'm now producing video content. But anyways, this is episode 1 of the David Show officially on YouTube. But what I
Hello,
was wanting
YouTube.
to say is that I would love to take all of your long form content and get it on an SEO optimized YouTube funnel channel that's evergreen.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that idea. We could definitely
yeah,
kind of push into that for sure. It's definitely
yeah.
something I was kind of, I basically was doing some YouTube, not so much long form as much as it was like
Right.
the short form version. But
Okay.
I think long form, I think you need to have both. I think YouTube
Yeah,
really is a platform that lends
yeah.
itself well to having different types of content on it. But yeah, like
Right.
I just didn't have enough capacity and space to really go after it. So I was like,
Yeah.
I gotta pick my battles, and that was a battle
So,
that got shelved.
yeah. So I have so much to say about that, but what I was firstly going to say was that when I think about the video editing work behind the scenes, I have 300% capacity right now
Nice.
for that. And actually, that reminds me, I need to
So you have
um,
300% open capacity, or you're over capacity by 300%.
open
Okay.
capacity by
Okay, good.
300% currently.
Okay, good, good, good. I was like,
Open
wow, if
capacity.
you're 300% over capacity, you might want to hire,
Open, not over.
might
Big
want to, might
difference.
want to hire somebody.
Um, yeah, hire OmniRocket. OmniRocket
Yeah,
can do it.
we could
But
do it.
actually, so there's a handful of things I wanted to chat about genuinely. The contract feedback would be a good first start. Secondly, would be what you want to add as KPIs and metrics.
Hmm.
I've gotten so many job offers this past week. It's been wild. I got like 10 job offers this past week. Um, Pretty crazy. And it's really tough to like turn them down and focus because I
For
know
sure.
that this model that I've built now is scalable for the next 2 years if this is all I focus on. I'm finally hitting what we called PMF, product market fit.
Yep.
So I've got lots of traction, so many people buying. And if people are buying, then there's clearly demand and lack of supply.
For sure. For sure.
So
What would you qualify right now as your primary offer? Like if you were
primary
gonna
offer is
one page
basically,
pitch it.
yeah, $1,000 a month to bring me on full time to your team to help you build your business. And I'll take 25% of commission and help you optimize operations so you're also getting 25% minimum profit or more, depending on your COGS.
Sweet.
Yeah, that scale.
I love
And
it.
Azure was, I downplay this a little bit, but I'm pretty sure I don't want to take credit for this because it's hubris. I want to be humble. There was obviously like a very big team,
Hmm.
but the problem sets I went after, I wasn't afraid to get 1,000 engineers in a room, fly to India to sit down with 5,000 people at the same time in the same room. Like when you have a meeting with 5,000 people on it, when's the last time that's happened? Take the top 100 PMs, product managers, project
Hmm.
managers, and program managers, bring them all together and create a scalable distribution system where headquarters in Seattle could communicate something to 120 PMs in a quarter. And within a month or two, you're getting massive product, massive results, massive inventions. I'm talking about legal, patents,
Hmm.
revenue, marketing, Satya recording a session, 100 sessions in Vegas to scale go to market. I
Hmm.
mean, these are things I don't really talk about, but in order to train that many people, in order to hire 1,000 people in 1 month, you need them all to be on the same training plan, the same
Hmm.
communities, and you can't bring them all together because when you're in a room with 1,000 people, you're not meeting everybody. You're only meeting
Sure.
the top 5 to 7 people that really matter.
Right. Right.
But I gave all that up to trade my financial and time lock because I no longer wanted to be locked into a location or a time boundary with
Sure.
my job. I wanted to have freedom of that. And so
Now,
that's
yeah.
what I
Now
pursued
you're now
immediately.
you're an international man of mystery.
You know what? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Where
Mhm.
in the world is David Diego?
Yes, that is the song I sing in my head
That's
every time.
funny.
Every time I see you call me, I'm like, where in the world is David Diego?
Diego.
I guess that's your Spanish alter ego. Your avatar in
Exactly.
Colombia, David
De
Diego.
Colombia. It's so
Yeah.
funny. I have multiple people ask me to come back to Colombia, and I recently practicamos español mucho contigo, contigamos, which is basically I'm practicing lots of Spanish with all of you. It's so
Sweet.
funny. I went live on TikTok a couple times, only in Spanish. Solamente español, only in Spanish. And the live actually started getting pushed out to more Spanish speaking people.
Yeah,
And I was
doesn't
like,
surprise me.
if my device ID keeps showing up in Medellin, I'm gonna start ranking on the South America national list instead of the United States national list.
There you go. Like I said,
Um,
international man of mystery.
yeah. But anyways, I saw your feedback. You highlighted some stuff, but I wasn't able to see any comments.
Oh,
Were there
you can't
comments
see
that
the
you
comments?
posted?
Yeah,
Were there comments that you posted? Okay.
yeah, yeah.
For whatever reason on mobile, those didn't show up, so I'm just gonna pull those up
Oh, yeah.
real quick. And yeah, we can go through it real quick.
Sure.
Oh yeah, comments are on the right. I see them now. Um, I want to be involved with all sales process genuinely, including booking into the CRM. We would call this full sales cycle,
Love it.
commission only, one call
Love it.
closer.
Perfect. That that sort of gets me closer to the margin number that I highlighted in there, right? It's like because I have it sort of separated out as sort of lead gen marketing as a percentage and sales as a percentage. And as long as those numbers are copacetic and like aligned, then I feel good about it. Because, like obviously my goal, like right now, even with some clients, as I was doing some analysis of it uh
Yeah,
last week, I was like, all right, I have some clients where I'm hitting my margin goals. Where I'm like, this
right.
is amazing. I have other clients that I'm like, that's not so much amazing. So like, I
Yeah,
pretty much am like telling my senior team, it's like, hey, moving forward, this is the standard we're gonna hit because we need to sort of have this as our baseline that we're
right,
going for across the board from just an
right.
overall KPI from a margin standpoint, because
Mhm.
that's gonna bring everything up to the level that I want to be at.
Yeah,
Because I think I think that margin percentage, I think like basically I'm shooting for like 40%, right?
Yeah,
And I think that's pretty doable, especially
absolutely.
in the niche that I'm in.
Hmm.
In fact, I think with better operational efficiency and
Okay,
using AI, we might even
right.
be able to bump those percentages higher.
Absolutely, yeah. I think where I'm at currently with one of my agency partners, not to be named because this is live on YouTube, but their margins are the exponential profit is actually exponential profit. We've reached a continuum of exponential profit because we have flatlined the COGS, the cost,
Mhm.
and an additional marginal customer would be 100% profit
Yeah,
with the current capacity because I had
that's sweet,
300x capacity, right? So because I
right?
have 300% capacity today, specifically this morning, I have a daily stand up with the team because I have 100%, well, at least 100% capacity. I can immediately put them on 10 tasks this morning every
Yeah,
day.
for
And we're
sure.
not even talking about AI. So, yeah, I think with AI, you also have that capability as well.
Hmm.
But then your question is, let's say previously you were supporting 10 customers with 1 PM. Just keep it
Hmm.
easy. You have 1 PM. We know who that is on
Right.
your team, not to be
Sure.
named,
Hmm.
but we have 1 PM and they're handling 10 customers. Then can they handle 20 customers with
Yeah,
AI?
for sure. I mean, that's really the ultimate question. And like for me, because I have different services, right, that are basically executed by the team.
Right.
The PM is basically trying to basically organize those teams and assign and manage the different aspects
Right.
of what's
Right.
happening with it. But
Right.
I saw this quote, you might appreciate it.
Okay. I
It
appreciate
was
quotes.
I know, and this one was specifically around like AI, and
Okay.
this was the quote that said AI might replace your agency unless you do six things: get ahead of the AI curve as soon as possible, right? So
Right.
obviously, you know,
That's
a lot of
quantum.
yeah, pretty much.
You want to start a quantum agency because that's the podcast I want to start.
That would be pretty interesting. So get ahead of it, train your team to use AI daily,
Yes. Daily.
sys- daily,
100%.
systemize your work into inputs, processing, and outputs.
Yep.
And the reason behind that, I
Yep.
thought, which makes sense, and you probably appreciate this from the
Yeah.
IT background and tech, is like you organize your flows into inputs, processing, outputs, and that structure makes it easier for AI to learn and execute your agency's processes once AI gets advanced enough to do more than just predict the next word, right? It's like you're going to already have it, your systems structured in a way that can be easily consumed by
Right.
AI to understand it.
Right.
So I was like, that makes sense.
Right.
Start automating simple tasks now. Organize your services by specific use cases, which is also thought was
Yes.
interesting, right?
Yes.
So
Totally. That's
more
actually on
specific
my
use
to-do
cases
list today.
for sure. Like a service for specific industry, you create more value, and then you protect your agency. You just become from obviously when AI-driven agencies emerge, which
Right.
they're coming and they're already here.
Right.
And you're positioned as a specialized provider rather than a generalist,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
This is another interesting thing. Build an internal AI tiger team, a small group of passionate team members who are invested in learning about AI. And these people are going to champion the AIs, educate others, and ensure you stay ahead of the curve.
Right.
So some of those things I'm like, yeah, I'm already kind of doing. Like, I don't necessarily have an entire team, but I do have a person who's like the most like aggressive AI user in my group that's
Right.
actively building out like custom GPTs. Have been
Right.
streamlining our media buying process,
Yeah.
which has been cool. And so it's like literally, I actually took a friend of mine who owns a an e-commerce brand out of Australia. And so I was like kind of showing her, and I was like, "Hey, have you ever seen AI do this?" And I sort of showed her our GPT that like builds ICPs of your avatar based on your URL and your top selling product. So all you have to do is feed it the URL of your business and the top selling product, and then you answer prompt questions as you go through the process, like three or four, and then it spits out this super in-depth breakdown. It'll give you up to 10 customer avatars that you can then test within your ads, base your creative around. Gives you the transformation grid. It's like they feel this XYZ, your product provides this, now they feel this. and like all of this really cool stuff. And she was like blown away. Like her mouth dropped, and she's like, I never knew AI could even do anything close to this level. And she's like, and this is accurate. Like this is exactly who my customer is. Like these are my top customer avatars. And I was like, and this did this with zero internal data from your side. I had zero
Yeah.
internal. No internal
Yeah.
data, no internal sales data, no internal marketing data. It was all just
Yeah.
based on AI's engine,
Yeah. That's wild.
which is crazy. And then we're just
Yeah.
stacking it. You know, it's like you stack
Yeah.
that, and then you have like three or four other ones. We're kind of
Yeah.
basically looping them together to create
Right.
basically a campaign agent that does a lot of the
Right.
research and
Right.
like baseline copywriting and creative
Right.
and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. So that's kind of a fun way to kind of think about how you can, and
Yeah.
there's so many other ways, use cases for AI as well.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty wild, man. I'll have to say this. We are live on YouTube, which is awesome. I'm going to distribute this actually a little bit right now, because I know that there are a lot of people that need to hear a lot of the things that we're talking about. But I wanted to move on to the next point of the contract, which we
Mm-hmm.
were talking about, which basically was, if I looked at it, I think you wanted to make sure into perpetuity. The reason why I did perpetuity, and
Mm-hmm.
it goes into the equity agreement that I'm drafting, by the way,
Sure.
for us, is
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely do want to exit from OmniRocket in 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
And my goal is to, I don't give myself enough credit. It's always the balance between like humility and like reality of what
Mm-hmm.
you've accomplished. But I
Sure.
mean, I saw Microsoft's Azure revenue directly associated to my um my, what would you call it, my multi-touch
Mm-hmm.
attribution increase multiple times
Right.
over the time of like my time there. So I feel
Mm-hmm.
that that is like, not that I'm playing
For sure.
small, but I was just recently looked at a I actually posted this actually a little bit. I was in the draft post of this for an Instagram post, but
Mm-hmm.
basically I saw this post about lifestyle of, according to your wealth cash, liquid cash.
Yeah.
So lifestyle to liquid cash. Are you with me?
Yep. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Cool.
Just making
I'm
sure you're with
tracking.
me.
I am.
Yeah. Multitasking too, your eyes are like moving all over the place.
Well, I was like, I thought my connection was going back, so I was trying to double check
No,
it.
we're good. I got you clear. The main point was, I think it was at like 1 million, you stop looking at menu prices. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I stopped looking at menu prices. Like for a birthday this weekend, I took some friends out to a birthday little gathering. It was just like three of us. And um, now, mind you, I'm poor in the sense that I'm broke, cash on paper currently.
Right.
Like, like I'm Elon Musk pre PayPal, like crashing on
Right.
my friends' couches, and I'm cool with that because if I look at my emergency fund is fully funded. My cash emergency fund on pocket, in my pocket right now, I have a fully funded emergency fund. I'm not going to show on
Mm-hmm.
camera, but I have a fully, like, the next month is taken care of. Um, but I was looking at that and it was basically like, don't look at the prices on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
And I told my party there, don't look at the prices on the menu. And it was really difficult for them to do that. And I
Sure.
said, genuinely, put the menu down. What do you want to eat? Do you want a heavy steak? That's going to be in your digestive system. Do you want a light salad? Do you want a soup? What soup? What seafood do you want in your soup? Like, do you want lobster, clams, just like a chowder, or just like a chicken soup? Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, okay, cool. So like, I want a lobster soup. I want a lobster bisque. I'm like, okay, that's great, perfect. We're in the Northeast. Lobster is
Mm-hmm.
big up here.
Lobsters. Yeah.
Yeah, so that, well, you don't get Seattle lobster, that's for sure. Seattle lobster has been flown and deep frozen.
Yes.
So that was great. And then it's like, well, what else do you want? And one of the one of the attendees to this gathering, one of the people at this table, one of the humans, if you will, they said, well, I really would like the burrata, but with the filet, because I think that would be a good combo with the beet salad. I said, okay, beet salad, burrata, filet. Like, how do you want your filet cooked? Like, however they cook it will be perfect. I don't care. Like, just chef's choice. I'm like, well, medium rare. Like, what else do you want? And then it was like, oh yeah, that's it. And like the desserts, like whatever the dessert is.
Mhm.
So I didn't look at the prices either. I just said, yeah, let's make it happen. I have a month's worth of cash in my pocket. And when the bill came, actually, it was genuinely, I was expecting it to be like 370 bucks or something, whatever, because we had like
Mhm.
some drinks and appetizers and food and all that stuff. It was like in a nice place. It was at the Omni, in fact, like a five-star hotel. And it was much cheaper. It was like 180 bucks, something just dumb. And so I like gave a big tip, of course, because I was in the hospitality industry. I like to tip and always 20%, even if the service is terrible. The way you like vote is like by not coming back, you vote with your feet.
Mhm.
So, anyways, it was great. And then the house staff actually came up to us and they noticed us because I kind of came in scrubby. I had just been hiking, and so I'm like, definitely not in a suit. I'm not in a suit. I'm
Like,
not with
who's
my
this scrub?
loafers. Yeah, I've got my hiking boots on with my shorts on. I do have a North Face jacket on or whatever, but it's not your typical like 70-year-old retired human on like a
Hmm.
Tuesday afternoon.
Sure.
So here we are on a Tuesday, and I'm just sitting there saying, okay, yeah, like we'll get all this stuff. And at first they totally dismissed us. They were like not even
Hmm.
giving me bread. I was like, do you have any bread? And like, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, we have bread and oil and we have the whole bread service and all that stuff. Like, okay,
Yeah,
can
we
I
have
would
it, but we're not giving it to you.
like 30 minutes later, it's like, may I please have some bread, please?
I'll have some more.
Exactly, a little Oliver twist in there. That's funny.
Hmm.
So there we are sitting there and enjoying that. And that's the way I feel like to bring this all together, run business.
Hmm.
I feel like I've done it all. So now I want to solve really challenging problems and I want to lean into those challenging spaces. So, for example, I would
Hmm.
triple down on smart connected TV advertisements and content for smart connected TVs.
I
Done.
would too.
Every Christmas, we have how many millions of TVs being sold? All of those are
Hmm.
connected to Wi-Fi, and I just need to get one app on that TV, and that's all they watch. I want to get that um, CNBC today. I was watching CNBC. I was like binging it earlier, and they were comparing the like CBS and CNN and Fox, and they're basically like, you have the one cable viewer who just turns the app on their TV and they never turn it off,
It just
streaming
streams all day.
24/7.
Yep.
So, guess what? You were the second person to hear this announcement. We are launching a streaming network.
Oh, fancy. How is
Yeah.
that going to work? Tell me more. Give me details.
And number two is a weekly customer connection community gathering on Zoom or in person, but on Zoom. So all the customers will bring you together. You, David Finkelstein, Chris Sherrick, myself, obviously. I'm definitely going to be there no matter what. Alana from Atlanta and Taja, right? Okay, your
Yep.
own family, blood
Hmm.
bread, like perfect example. I'll get my Illusion friends on there, Grab TV's invited, just everybody, Destiny Church, Obed, like Josh, Lennox,
Everybody.
everybody's invited. We're just gonna have a little
If you're on
party.
my contact list, you're getting an invite.
If you know David G, you're there. But
You
if you
are
don't know me,
on if
you're also
you are
invited too.
on this Zoom call.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll
So
be invited to the network potentially.
yeah, but just actually just like a customer weekly,
Sure.
right? So all the customers that can join on a weekly, which I think every company should have. We did that at Microsoft. I did that at 110 Consulting. I did that, do that in Go
Sure.
Technology Solutions as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But then now you have this awareness that you've created, and that awareness is kind of the first step.
Mhm.
And once you've created that connection and that awareness, you can then drive people, like really motivate and encourage others to come together. And that's what I'm doing with um, this cohort. So you've got um, those two, the network, and then you have the cohort. And then it's like genuinely, because I have all this time, I can go look
Mhm.
in your DMs, your comments, your likes, your email, all that. And like Solomon, awesome guy. Love Solomon.
Mhm.
Redo, shout out to Redo if you're watching this. Like, we should hang out. I want to go to Utah actually. I have a buddy in southern Utah. I told him South Salt Lake City. Been through Salt Lake City more times than I can count. Right. So because of that connection point, you have a real opportunity to build business. So into perpetuity, like I'm the guy who like flies to Utah to hang out with Solomon and make sure like, Solomon, 25-year-old sales guy, Taggart, middle-aged guy. I was asking them if we could talk to Snowden or whatever, their CEO and co-founder, and like, yeah, he's not available to jump on the call right now. I'm like, well, how about you ping him on like Slack? Just be like, yo, what you doing right now? Like, why not? But anyways, there was an appetite there for that type of an environment, and he has 350 other agencies that also need Shopify stores going live,
Yep.
e-commerce advice, data, tech, AI strategy, all the things. So it's like immediately, boom, we got it. So he just wanted to see case studies, which is important, and also a proposal with numbers that he can take to his leadership
Sure.
and a follow-up call. So I said straight up, 30K a month, 10 executives, 10 shows a month. We'll do everything, all the posting for all the accounts, and you'll get a premium product, and we'll make sure that you get at least 5 to 10 contacts a month that are genuine leads. And that's easy. Easy. Yeah, that's deliver on that all day long. And they like that because they have a lot of cash to burn. They're going from 160 people to 200 people. I remember this
Yeah.
era in scaling a consulting firm. I did it myself. We went from 35 to 180, okay, in 3 years, basically. And it was because of the testimonials of my good work, genuinely, my hard
Mhm.
work every day, customer
Right.
support, data, requirements, UI, UX, end-to-end sales, scale distribution, 10,000 people. We turned the tool off day zero, turned the new tool on day one. And that creates a lot of craziness. Like the CEO knows who you are. Like they're
Sure.
like, why'd you turn this shit off? Like, because we turned the new shit on. Get on the new shit. We've been talking about it for like 3 months. So, anyways, that experience I think leads me to do similarly with small to medium businesses. And if you're going from 160 to 180, you have capital to work with, and you definitely
Sure.
have 100K a month easily. So we want to take 30K of that and we want to turn that 30K into 3 million. Yeah, I think we could do that in at the least 3 years, but in short of that, 3 to 9 months with someone like Redo. I think it would take like 9 months probably to land like 10 million in sales.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that sounds good. Yeah, okay. So basically my only reason that I not really a fan, like for in your case, I would definitely be okay with the in perpetuity until we
Okay.
get to the part where we get to equity. Because like if you're gonna get paid on the front end and on the back end and double dip it, it's like maybe we should talk about it at that point. But in general, my my general experience is
I'm listening.
people not necessarily you, but usually my experience is that people are typically engaged at the front end of a sales marketing experience, right? And then become less engaged over time with that client. And therefore their value add they bring to the table is on a diminishing curve, right? And in perpetuity, essentially, when that happens, what ends up it becoming from a business standpoint is almost like a hidden liability in the business because you're committed to a long-term payment. Now, in your scenario, I don't think that's how you would operate it because you're always striving to continue to add and stack value, right? But I'm saying just as a general business principle, I'm not a fan of that for that reason, right? So if you have a diminishing return on engagement after that, initial 30, 60, 90, even like 180 days, and you have a long-term client, right?
Right.
And now you're still paying at, whatever, 25% or whatever, it doesn't even matter what the commission is. At some point, right? The onus of focus is typically going to be moved on to the next person in their funnel, right? Because you want to stack that, and that's where your focus lies. And so
100%.
which is fine, except when that
100%.
drops off and there's no longer value being added at the level at which that, and so that's my general dislike for that model,
Yeah.
just as a
I mean,
whole.
I would just double down on that and say, let's just say I land a customer, close them. You didn't have that customer before. I
Sure.
never talk to you ever again. I put your residual income into my trust. My grandchildren
Sure.
are now getting that residual income, not me. So
Yeah, right.
David's gone. He's actually dead. Then what? I'm going to cut your grandchildren off? No, because you're still getting 25% of a customer you never would have gotten. And in David's legacy, you now have a
Sure.
residual recurring passive income. I would do the same thing for your daughters, your
Sure.
wife,
Sure.
your
Yeah.
grandchildren. And I would love to do that actually for GoTech, data strategy and
Yeah.
AI building. But
Yeah.
yeah, I hear you on saying like if you just have some commission guy off the street, would you give them 25% perpetuity? No. Most legal agreements would say 1 year cliff, it goes down to 15%. 2 years, it goes down to 5%. 3 years,
Yeah.
zero.
For
Totally,
sure.
100%. AI would
because
do that
because
all day
their
long.
because
Everybody
their
does that.
job is essentially close and do the sale, right? Like
Yeah.
that's what they're getting paid to do. And so they do
Yeah.
benefit from that, with a little bit of an overhang with
1000%.
it.
100%.
Um, so I'm just saying in general, that's my flaw. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, I
Yeah,
get it from your
I'm a
perspective.
dude.
Like,
I'm a direct person. You're my
yeah,
best friend from Redmond. I don't have a best friend from Redmond. You're my best friend from Redmond.
I'm
Genuinely.
number one on the
Number
list.
one. Zero. There
Yes,
are no other people. And when
exactly.
I tell people that, and they're like, how long have you known this best friend? I'm like, 10 years. How long have you been alive? You're 18? Okay,
Yeah,
more than half your life.
exactly. Exactly.
Like I'm 37 going on.
Yeah. No,
Anyways,
exactly. But
but yeah, I think we
to
can talk
for
directly about
our
that. And if you
agreement,
want
yeah.
to
For our
put
agreement
in
though,
a clause there to review that at each equity distribution,
that
so
would
say
be
for
that would make sense.
example, hey, in 1 year from now, on October 7th of 2026, we can now negotiate your salary package. I would be down for that
Yeah,
because, dude, Elon Musk just negotiated $1 trillion salary package. Like,
he
that's what I
did.
want to do.
Yeah,
I want to negotiate
yeah.
$1 trillion salary package with you. You know why?
Then
Because that
yeah,
means you're at least making 4 trillion off of me. Because I'm
yeah,
only ever taking 25%.
right,
That's pretty crazy to me. And I like that. I do like that. And there's a lot to learn from the tech gods before us. And we're not
for sure.
in our 60s, we're not in our 50s, we're clearly not 70s or 80s.
No,
If you or I are running the country when we're 80, that will be awesome.
that
But
would
until
be
then,
awesome.
we'll keep plowing away at this little
Just
bottom of the funnel, like,
exactly.
yeah, just crushing every day. So on that perpetuity, I know you put a comment in there. How do we resolve that comment?
I think it comes down to part of the, like, if you it basically I'm okay with it in perpetuity as
If,
long as you are engaged with that client at some level. Obviously, you don't have to be fully
Once a
engaged with
month.
them, but
Define,
there's
put a
some level.
put a KPI
Yeah.
around it, right?
So yeah, let's put a KPI around it. So if there's at least a once a month interaction from
How about this,
you,
twice a quarter. On the annual
perfect.
business meeting, we mentioned the client's name.
No, I mean it's just like, so like if you obviously bring in the lead and you're closing the lead, right? Or
Yeah,
involved in that closing process, you've already built that relationship at some level, right? So it's like they
yeah,
already know, like, and trust you, or they wouldn't even be getting on a sales call, right?
right.
So it's
Totally.
really just a function of maintaining some level of that relationship so that one, if there's opportunity to build referrals off of that relationship,
Yeah.
or upsell off of that relationship, that line of communication's open, right? That's really the
Yes,
goal.
I talked to a handful of um, affiliate architects, sales managers, and multi-level marketing experts, people who really understand
Mm-hmm.
how to mobilize people into taking action. And if I give you 2,000 contacts, right,
Sure.
and you set an automated cold email campaign on those 2,000 contacts, which by the way, I do actually need that service. Cold email and ads is an area of expertise that many people that I've talked to do not have. So I would probably meet you in that place where you could specialize in those two areas. But if I were to
Sure.
launch that
25%
campaign,
in perpetuity. We're good.
yeah, exactly.
It's
Exactly.
all it's all just
Exactly.
cross share.
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly my point. Exactly. 1000%. And I
Mm-hmm.
recently had to like craft an offer for a website called Cloud Task, which
Yeah.
is a marketplace. I met the CEO, Amir Reeder, in Medellin, Colombia. Great guy. He's part of a couple communities I'm part of. Recently, we've been crossing paths. I've been in San Francisco. He's not been there. I've been in New
Mm-hmm.
York. He's not been there. So it's just one of those things. Um, but he was basically saying that um, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna put your $1.8 million offer on my marketplace, and I only just have a 3% listing fee all day long.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's do
yeah.
that all day
For
long. I'll do
sure.
that, 100%."
Awesome. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm good. Let's just add in as part of our KPIs what that will look like if it's once a quarter, or it's like, obviously you're going to have insight into how that is going down with the client to begin with, any lead that you
Right,
bring in. So it's not like you're going to be
100%.
out of the loop, right? So as long as you're
Yeah,
in the loop and engaged at some level, then that gives me the confidence in it, right? It's like what I don't want to see happen, and I'm not saying this isn't about you, this is in general. It's
okay.
like I said, front end, super excited, a lot of energy, you know, 3 months later, 4 months later, it's like nothing with that particular client, right? Because it's just in it. And I don't want necessarily want to again be that style of agency where it just becomes super transactional. I think we
Yeah,
want to actually be, highly engaged in just communicating, providing value. If you see something that can be value add, like you just say, hey, what about this? Can we do this for this client type of stuff? And I think that level of just um attention, even if it's automated, to be honest, like even if it's like you just are like, oh yeah, let me just double check on this
yeah,
client, what's going on, it's like being
yeah.
prompted, that's fine.
Right,
And so, and I think that's good. And then the other side of that too, to go back to your original point, in just streamlining operations, right? And providing a lift from not only from a sales perspective, which is awesome, but
right.
streamlining from a cost standpoint, like there's value being added there for sure.
Yeah, I think for me, it's important to focus on the revenue piece because
Oh, for sure.
previously I've focused on ops, but for me, I want to be, I want the carrot to be on the revenue and cash flow side.
For sure. No, and
The
that
first
because
way we
that's going
start
to
that,
drive.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's going to
just sorry,
drive the results.
yeah, just to get into like the specifics of that, I did put some numbers in the contract. What I did for the connectors pulse was I created a lead list actually, and that lead list is something to produce every week, not just of viewers, but of DMs, of connections, of basically your output of your Sales Navigator, if you're good with Sales Navigator, and
Mm-hmm.
then leaning into that to say, hey, look, this is the real value, and these are the people that we want to follow up on every week. It's like the weekly review ends up becoming, okay, top customers, keep them from churning, top hot leads, keep like
Sure.
let's get them going.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Cool. So in terms of like KPIs, what are you kind of thinking?
Yeah, I put numbers in the document so we can review that. I put like
Hmm.
specific KPIs in terms of I think putting a direct quota on it is tough when you're essentially a solo founder. Like you have to close your own
Sure.
deals at
Yeah,
the end
for
of the
sure.
day and be accountable for that because I lean into that and people are like, you have your own business, David. Like, why are you closing? Like, why am I not talking to the founder of this small business?
Right, right,
Basically.
right.
And that's tough. But I think that total ownership goes on you. And then
Sure.
I'm doing all the sales enablement that makes that happen, which is basically lead flow, call scheduled. I think 5 calls a week would be a good target. If we
Hmm.
had 5 calls booked a week, that to me feels like if you can't close one of the five,
Yeah, yeah.
then we got to
Something's
revisit the offer. I also
right,
put the
right.
offer onus on you so that
Sure.
you're developing the offer. I would
Hmm.
prefer just one offer only that
Yeah.
has a very clear price, a very clear specific value add, and it closes deals. So, for example, site speed would be one I'd be very interested in. I could just run their WordPress site on site speed and be like, look, we need access to your WordPress. And you have WooCommerce. Okay, that's great. You also need a Shopify. You're not on
Hmm.
Amazon yet. Let's get you on Amazon. And boom, you have 3 revenue streams. But site speed could be an
Sure.
entry point.
Yep.
Also your cold email, like I mentioned before, I think is a huge area of opportunity. I don't have a good cold email partner.
Yep.
Um, like I mentioned, I did go to Clay conference. I know you have Clay, so
Hmm.
doubling down on Clay and Sculptor is really powerful currently. So we could do
Hmm.
that as well.
Yep.
But the KPI specifically is 5 uh, conversations per week.
Yep.
And
For
that's gonna
sure.
get my butt on fire to get you like 10 conversations a week, and then I'm like crushing
Yeah,
that
yeah.
every
I
day.
love it. I mean, and there's definitely levels in which the offers can stack into, right? So when I talk about like connected TV advertising and programmatic display and video, in my mind, depending on the size of that client, like that's a minimum 25K a month ad spend, probably with like, 5K a month in management costs, and
Yeah.
then it's scaling up from there. Like those are much bigger sort of marketing people that already have a funnel in place, and we're just basically going to try to amplify that funnel with brand awareness.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like that side of it. The other one that really works, that's been working well, and I'll walk you through the offer deck. I don't have time today, but we'll do it soon this week. Is on our Meta,
Let's book
right?
it right now.
So let's just do it. Like Meta ads. Um, I'd love to walk you through that deck, get your feedback on it, and then and we can kind of walk through that
Yeah, I'm
piece of it
fine
as
with
well.
like I know I think it's okay to have multiple offers and still
But
be like
it
a small shop, but it's
for
like
sure.
what
We got to you got
actually
to pick
is the
pick the
area of
focus. Yeah.
focus. Yeah,
Yeah, for
100%.
sure. Because some of them are like the flagship that you're like, this is the thing we can hang our hat on.
Right.
And then everything else is sort of like upsell, cross sell,
Yeah.
like, when it makes sense. And I think just clarifying that is something definitely that I've
Hmm.
been focused on, and
Hmm.
in getting as much sort of traction around. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
let's put it on the calendar. When are you free?
Well, I was just looking at your calendar actually, and that was the other question I was gonna ask you real quick actually is
Oh
I'm
yeah, I
gonna
can set your get you access to it.
yeah, if you could give me access actually to be able to edit events on Google
Hmm.
Calendar, I think that'd be really great.
Cool. Yeah, I can. Just log in and do it.
Also, I think the only other thing was getting the either PayPal or Zelle transfer set up. So we got payment flowing as well. I'm very excited about this partnership, by the way. I have been looking forward to this for quite a long time.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited to get it rolling. I want you plugged in and driving revenue, man. Sorry, I'm
So I'm
just
just looking at like calendaring and such. I see that you have a pretty open Friday morning between like 9 and
yep,
12. I think that could work really well for me.
that works.
So I could do like I could also actually do Thursday morning at 9, I believe would actually work for me.
I think I have something on Thursday at 9. May not be showing up in that calendar yet, but it
Oh, okay. Do you have
uh,
something at 10?
in
Or we could
Pacific.
also
No,
do
that's clear.
like 2 p.m. potentially,
Yeah, that's clear too.
because that's
I'm
a
pretty
little bit
much clear
later.
after like noon Pacific. I'm clear
Okay,
Thursday.
afternoon Pacific. Okay. So maybe we do like 1 Pacific then.
Works.
Let's do 1 Pacific on Thursday. 1 Pacific. Yeah, that would be better. 1 Pacific, which should be 4 p.m. my time. Yeah, so I'll do David X confirmed. 1 on 1 David X Kyle. And what we'll do is we'll do offer flow through then.
For sure. Yeah, because I can walk you through all of it and get your take.
Okay. Sweet.
I'm just looking at the
What are you looking at?
I'm just looking at the settings for the calendar.
Okay, cool. Yeah, if you need help with that, I can screen share and we can go through that.
Sure.
Can you screen share real quick?
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Yeah, so just go to calendar.google.com. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, let me know when you're there. I don't see your screen
Yeah.
share yet.
It's loading up. I think.
Cool.
Nope. Nope. That's the wrong one. Find the right screen. Okay, about now.
Yep, I can see it. Okay, so on here, go to um so how did you get here? Can you click back? I don't think this is calendar. Or maybe
Calendar
click down on
settings.
Kyle Hamer settings for calendars. Yeah, there we go. And then underneath shared with, click add people. Yep. And then you could do David at omnirocket.com. Perfect. And then below permissions, just click on make changes and manage sharing. Yeah, and then click send. Perfect. And then I'll just confirm that on my side just to make sure I have all the settings right. And then I think that should be good actually. Let me just double check.
Sweet.
The only other thing was, I don't know if you wanted to do Zelle or PayPal. What works better for you?
Zell is fine.
Okay. You want to hear something funny? Actually, I had a problem with my Zelle and I had 7 payments pending and I didn't realize it for whatever
Oh
reason.
wow.
Zelle was just doing like a new verification with your bank account or whatever. Um, and finally, one of my customers like, dude, like I can't pay you right now. What's going on? I'm like, um, how are you paying me? And they're like, oh, Zelle. I'm like, oh shoot, I never checked those notifications. They like go to a filtered folder in my banking
Yeah.
domain. So I'm like, all right, let me go check that. Oh shoot, like thousands of dollars are waiting for me to accept. I'm like, and some of them have actually expired
No, no, you're like, you're gonna go
30
back
days
and
later.
be like, hey, remember that time you paid me? Can you do it again?
Yeah, exactly. Or it's like, just so you know, this was marked as pending and it's no longer paid. So we got to
Yeah.
get on that. But
One of the things too that I'm really actively sorting through, and I think you would probably find this really interesting, is
what's
I
that?
also want to start to attach from an offer standpoint,
Yeah.
is I really want to attach sort of like performance based outcomes to growth, right? So
Right.
one of the deals that I'm signing with a new brand this week is onboarding, is we're obviously paying a flat commission, right?
Hmm. Right.
Or not commission, flat retainer, right? But then we're gonna do percentage of new revenue generated from
Oh,
a work we're doing, right? With the
I like
goal
that.
of obviously, like I want to get to where my average is like 20-30K a month, in terms of the clients we're working with, because it's
Hmm.
based on like performance and growth that we
Right.
produced.
Yeah.
So that's something I think and that's going to be primarily going to be driven through like ad management, because that's where most of that revenue growth is going to be found the quickest, right? Is that we
Hmm.
can just start managing advertising, start driving sales, and then kind of go from there.
Yeah. I like it. And especially if you have that target, then let's work towards that target. And then I know we still have an equity agreement to sign and discuss. I'm
Mm-hmm.
coming up with a format of that. And what I
Sure.
plan to do is actually share that out with you and a handful of partners actually to be able to make that
Yeah,
happen.
for sure. I'm gonna
But
have
I
to
actually
take
have
a
to
look at
jump
it.
off this call. I just wanted to
I do
confirm
too.
that the Zelle went through.
I haven't sent it yet, but I can.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that real quick. And then what I like to is this like a fixed fee. So then like the next 90 days, you can basically hound me anytime you want, essentially is what that's giving you access to do, no matter what that number is.
Right.
Um, but I like that style of setup because now I'm fully and totally committed to all those KPIs. I basically have to like chase after those KPIs in the next month.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I can get the monthlies on as well with your Calendly.
Sweet.
Yeah. I would keep going, but I have a call with another customer.
Sure. No worries.
Should we good?
Good stuff.
Okay.
All
But
right.
yeah, let me
I'm
know
getting
when
you
you
all the
send
payment
that
stuff sent right
through.
now.
Yeah, wait just for a second to see that come through. Just to make sure that I actually accept this
Your Zelle
because
actually went through.
yeah, I am like not paying attention to all that.
Oh, I need to add you in this account.
Okay, sweet.
Is it off of your phone number? or your email.
Yeah, phone number 425 466 8650. You could technically do either banking at GoTech or or
Banking
David
at
Goecke
GoTech.
at outlook.com. Yeah, banking at GoTech would do it.
Okay.
Yeah. You let me know when it goes through.
Just has to set it all up here.
Cool.
Okay.
And I would prefer to do payouts personally via Zelle myself.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got banking at gotech.ai is the recipient. That's right.
Yep. Exactly right. We're doing email.
Okay. You should see it.
Yeah, just let me know when you get the
Oh,
confirmation and I'll refresh.
hold on. I gotta. It's gonna only let me send you part of it initially. All right,
Yeah,
you
that's
should
fine.
have something go through.
Something go through, they said.
Yeah, it was a max.
Oh, you max out. You do have to up that. I've
Well,
had to do that a couple of
yeah,
times as
yeah,
well.
but it's because you're new to this specific account.
Okay, cool. I did not see anything come through yet.
You should see it go through now, and then I'll
Oh, online
send
selling
you.
team.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
OmniRockets LLC.
Yeah, so I had another customer that also was limited at 1,000 a day,
It'll be
basically.
fine because once you get through like one or two of them, then they up the limit automatically.
Yeah, awesome.
So I'll send you the another one tomorrow because I think it's like 20 every 24 hours.
Yeah, yeah. The next 3 days you'll be popping into
Just
Zelle and
just
sending me
just
cash.
drop
I love it. Every
just
day.
drop them.
Just don't even stop after 3 days. Like I
Yeah.
just want so much commission coming in. It's like we're selling 4 grand deals every day.
Yeah.
That's
No,
my
let's
goal.
make it
That's my goal.
exactly. I would love to be like automatically just like popping in and filling that up. So let's
Yeah.
go.
All right, dude. This is so
Good
good.
stuff.
I am so grateful that we had this call. And it was the first time streaming live on YouTube. We'll see how this shows up.
YouTube.
And